A controversial comedy troupe known as Danger Cats will make their way to Vancouver Island in a couple weeks, and their presence is raising concerns for some because of jokes like this.
I heard the steer wrestling is going to be at the Wiz Khalifa concert this year. It's just going to be a bunch of Somalians trying to wrestle some fat white women to the ground. They ride them for 8 seconds, they get citizenship.
Unacceptable. And this kind of thing plays into the worst kind of imagination, and it is frankly a form of torture.
Sasha Mark, a Cree Métis stand-up comedian, says it's good community members are voicing their concerns and it's a good way to keep comedy clubs and venues accountable.
For me, I think a lot of these folks that are wanting to go to these shows, I think definitely need some reflection in their lives. So their brand of comedy is known just to be like that, kind of like pushing the boundary comedy without thinking about comedy at all.
The Danger Cats' upcoming shows here on the island still remain a mystery.
Ah, boy. Ooh, uh-oh.
A gentleman had reached out to us. He was the president of the Lions Club there, and he said, you know what? I will take this show on. Let's keep it quiet. You have a venue. We won't say nothing until day of the show, and then we'll figure it out from there. So week of the show, he applies for a liquor license. He puts on that he's having a comedy event. The RCMP then call him 20 minutes after applying for the liquor license, asking, oh, who's the comedy show of? Who are the comedians? He says Danger Cats, and he goes, oh, you know, they're pretty controversial. Are you sure you want that in the town? Alluding as like this is more than just stand-up comedy that's going to be taking place. He goes, no, I've been following these guys for quite some time. I don't see anything out of the realm of comedy, stand-up. You know, everything that they're doing is a joke. They're not pushing any sort of narrative or standing with political parties or whatever it may be, whatever the reasons may be. Following day, a councilman calls him and then attempts to pretty much bribe him by asking, oh, well, what are you expecting on booze sales? And maybe we can make a donation happen to the Lions Club. He then refuses the bribe. And then it leads into that the lease of the Lions Club in Comox is with the city. So then the lease was threatened at him and was said that, yeah, well, I see that your lease might be up. And he goes, are you serious? You want to take it this far? And he goes, well, you know, that's politics sometimes, you know. And then the following day, the mayor calls him and is demanding a letter that he canceled the show so she can then wave it around, being like, look what I did for the town. And then tries to educate him on what stand-up comedy is. And then alluding that our show is on par with hardcore pornography by asking him, well, would you play pornography in your venue? Would you play pornography in your venue? And then he responds by saying, well, if people are going to buy tickets to this, then sure, I don't care. If people are going to come down and they want to watch hardcore pornography with one, which is essentially, you know what? It is a bit of a compliment to, you know, put us on par with that. Personally, I think I would rather watch the hardcore pornography than this on stage. You know what I mean? So then it got to that point, and he then was being educated on a mayor from Comox on what comedy is.
So just to confirm here, your show was canceled after counselors tried to bribe the venue host to not host you, and the RCMP called to basically investigate this.
Essentially, yeah. This is what he had told me. The
That is
Lions
insane.
Club president. Yeah, it got to that, and this was the information that was passed along to me. And I'm still trying to confirm it. I've tried calling both of them. I've left messages trying to get a hold of them, and no one will answer the phone. So,
Well, sometimes the people that hate us the most don't accuse us of being journalistic, but in our journalistic efforts, we will have to receive comment. We'll have to reach out to the other side here, the city of Comox, just to get their side. But this is a remarkable story.